the point I'm trying to make, that I really try to do things.
Yeah, it's best to try to not bring. That's why when you ask me to bring up names, I'm like, I don't want to bring up anybody's names. But I totally can see. I definitely see that this is a. I think that I'm more like looking at it. And again, like I said, and I will continue to say, you know, and a lot of other people said, you know, it definitely looks like, you know, somewhere down the road there was some rift, and it just continued on both
The
ends,
rift,
you
I'll
know.
tell you exactly what it was. The rift was her not knowing who I was and
Yeah,
me critiquing what was going on in her broadcast. It was really critique. It wasn't me just making random. It was me talking about things that were said, comments that were made. And I think it was like, who is this guy that keeps, that's how it started, with me critiquing her. And I don't regret any of the critiques I've made. So that is where the rift started. I was critical of certain people on the platform, and that's kind of where it all started. From there, we made up. We had this point where we made up, and now I'm realizing that it'll never be a comfortable relationship, or whatever you want to call it, for me to be in. That
you
being
never
said,
know. I mean, the future. I mean, okay.
this has been a real
I
dynamite.
never thought.
This has been a real
I
dynamite.
never thought that I would see the day where Ryan and Brady would be sitting in a guesting session on my show ever.
How long is
Like
that?
I never ever thought that. So you never know what the future holds.
You know why that happened?
What I was trying to say before was that out of every situation, there's lessons to be learned, you know, and hopefully from I mean, I had to learn the hard way, you know. I had to learn, you know, that a lot of times, you know, when you're dealing with, you know, like, okay, let's say, you know, the dragons are a huge community on here, you know. And so when you're talking about, you know, different communities, your community versus another community, you know, there's all these different personalities involved, you know. And
Yeah.
so it's really hard to maintain what, you know, and especially if people are sending you moments of stuff and they kind of set fuel to the fire, you know. And so as an individual, I had to learn, you know, to kind of like, I put a stop to it, because it used to happen to me too. It used to happen to me all the time. You know, everybody would like say like, oh, you know, did you see this? Did you see that? And would send me screenshots of stuff and all this kind of stuff. And it definitely like keeps things going.
Yeah.
And so what I did was I said, you know what? Enough is enough. I want to stay in my own lane. When you come in here, I don't want you bringing any drama. You stop. I'm going to stop it right here, because I just wanted peace, you know, like it's not what I came onto the platform for. And I definitely don't think it's what you came onto the platform for.
There's other things you don't know.
You're very much in control, and you can definitely stop that.
Yeah,
You know, you can definitely put a stop to it.
There's a lot. You're coming in on a very interesting situation. You had